I want to tell you about a woman who came forward to defend Erika Kirk after Candace Owens accused her of her involvement in Charlie Kirk's assassination. Candace Owens called it, and nobody checked the receipts. And now this woman, she's being described everywhere as Erika Kirk's close personal friend, loyal, credible friend, completely independent. And Erika Kirk's independent defender friend is not who she says she is. It's not just the whole picture, it's the part that's missing that changes the story completely. So here's the background. But first, real quick, I'm Lauren Paritra. Please take a moment to make sure you're subscribed. Willa, my four-legged boss and co-host who's currently sleeping beneath me, and you all, we currently have a lead on Katie Miller. Katie Miller is the wife of Stephen Little Bitch Miller, the pale white nationalist from Santa Monica. She married him on purpose. He's the guy behind all of this ICE terror, and she's building a podcast on the backs of trafficked children. We cannot let her win, so we cannot let voices like that drown out the correct ones. So every sub, every hype, every like, every comment, consider that an FU to Katie and Stephen Little Bitch Miller. So let's get into it. Here's the background. Charlie Kirk was on September 10th, 2025, while speaking at Utah Valley University. 8 days later, Erika Kirk was unanimously named the CEO of Turning Point USA. The board announced that Charlie had told multiple executives this is what he wanted in the event of his, which is either a very kind, loving gesture or an unusual amount of advanced planning, depending on who you're asking. And if you were to ask Candace Owens, she started publicly pushing conspiracy theories about the assassination almost like immediately.
Is Erika's best friend and her assistant did have fear for some reason. Charlie's good. He's excited, but they had fear. For some reason, Tracy Martin told her daughter, who's Erika's assistant, not to go to this event. They pull her back.
Foreign involvement, she was saying. She said there was inside jobs. People within Turning Point USA also had a lot to say, and we've been covering that. And then she zeroed in on one specific claim, that a woman close to Erika Kirk had a bad feeling about attending the Utah Valley event that day and chose not to go. And that this constituted prior knowledge of potentially a schmarm. That woman's name is Tracy Martin. Tracy Martin went on a conservative commentator Graham Allen's show to deny everything.
This conversation that you had with your daughter on you don't know how you feel about her traveling with Charlie and Erika more happened months in advance,
yes.
Not the day before or days before Charlie was murdered.
No.
That's a mighty big difference.
She described Owens as operating with what she called conspiracy psychosis. She said the situation was very manipulative. She asked Owens publicly how she planned to make it all right, as if Owens gives a fuck. Allen posted these clips on X.
You debunked certain things.
Many things.
And she said on the call that she would, like in a week, immediately.
Instantaneously was the word.
She said she would instantaneously make a correction. Mm-hmm. And as of the time of this filming, when did you speak to her?
Last Sunday.
Last Sunday. So as of the time of this filming, she has not kept her word.
No.
And the energy here is somebody who's looks like they've never felt more alive. They're writing things like, no more games, just the truth. Owens promised an immediate correction. The correction hasn't yet arrived, but conservative media ran with this Tracy Martin interview as like a definitive rebuttal. We're seeing articles out there on like blogs and such saying like, we now have proof that Candace Owens was full of shit, but not so fast. Close personal friend is a stretch. This close personal friend who spoke out, this loyal defender who's stepping forward, this independent witness that's debunking said conspiracy theory, it's not such a clean story or a clean ending. Everyone missed this really important detail in this whole Erika Kirk defender story, and it was there the whole time. Tracy Martin, her daughter works for Turning Point USA. She is employed by the organization that Erika Kirk now runs. This is the woman who came forward as an independent, personal friend to defend our favorite grifter attention whore. And this person that she's defending is the boss of her daughter, the CEO of the company that she works at. This is the mother of somebody whose child works for Erika Kirk. Tracy Martin is not just a friend. She is, by a pretty straightforward definition, definitely not independent either. And the only public rebuttal on the record comes from this woman with a direct financial stake in the outcome of this story, presented everyone else as like, oh, she's a neutral party. No, we don't buy it. Maybe Owens is completely unhinged. Two things can be true at once. And this is exactly what that looks like. There is a lot of hoopla going around, but this is something really sus. She has a long history, obviously, of saying things that turn out to be wrong and a short history of correcting them. But the way this rebuttal was packaged as the definitive truth and the end of this conversation, and the detail that got left out of every headline and every tweet is its own kind of interesting. Erika Kirk is now one of the most powerful women in the conservative movement. She's going to be sitting in the presidential guest box at the State of the Motherfucking Union.
Erika, please stand.
And she's running a $450 million organization, exactly as her husband planned. And the friend who defended her has a daughter on her own payroll. And Candace Owens is still on the internet waiting to post that correction. Draw your own conclusions. And if this video has expanded your perspective and you want us to keep digging in more, please subscribe. We cannot do this without your support. Subscribing is free. And here is Willa. Willa, sleepy girl. And you can see her toys. Okay, back with more.